In this video lesson, we will learn about multiplication of vector. Vector can be multiplied in two ways. One way is known as a scalar product, as the name itself explains that the product of two vector quantity gives us a scalar quantity. That's why it is also known as a scalar product. Now, how it is defined as, or the other name of a scalar product is dot product. Now see, if A and B are the two vectors, suppose this is your A vector and this is your B vector, and they are inclined at an angle theta with each other, then the dot product of two vectors A and B is defined as A dot B equal to magnitude of A vector into magnitude of A vector and cosine of the angle between them. So this is how we define dot product of two vectors, scalar product of two vectors. Now if the vectors are given in the form of component like A is equal to axi plus ayj plus azk, B is equal to bxi plus byj plus bzk, then how to find their dot products? Let us see. For that, this is your A vector and this is your B vector. So we have to take this one axi and we have to multiply with all the three terms, all the three components of B vector. So it will be ax bx I dot I, ax by I dot j, ax bz I dot k. Similarly, next you will take ay and multiply with all the three components of B vector. So it will be ay bx j dot I, ay by j dot j, ay bz j dot k. Then next az, multiply az with all the three components of B vector, then az bx k dot I, az by k dot j, az bz k dot k. So what we have spoken here, that is written here. Now we know that I dot I will be how much? I dot I will be how much? So when we take the dot product of two similar vectors, the angle between them is 0. So I dot I, magnitude of I 1, magnitude of next vector I 1, then cosine of the angle between them is 0. So you can see we can write I dot I as magnitude of first vector into magnitude of second vector into cosine of the angle between them cos 0, that is 1 into 1 into 1, that is 1. So I dot I is 1, j dot j is 1, k dot k is 1, but of two different vector dot product of two different base vectors I dot k, what it will be? I 1 k 1, cos angle is 90 degrees, so it will be 0. So for two different base vectors, their dot product is 0, and similar vectors it is equal to 1. So using this idea, you can see I dot I, here it is 1, this will be 0, and this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 1, then again here it is 0, and this is 0, this will be 0, here it will be 1. So finally we get ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. So when vectors are given in component form, then their dot product is given as ax bx plus ay by plus az bz. Now geometrical interpretation of a scalar product. This is your a vector and this is b vector. Let us drop a perpendicular from the tip of the b vector on a vector. So this is your, this will be your b cos theta in triangle. You can say p q r. So when you will find pr, then it will be b cos theta. So a dot b is ab cos theta, which can be written a and in bracket b cos theta. What is b cos theta? B cos theta is the magnitude of the component of b vector in the direction of a vector. So we can write it as a dot b is nothing but it is the magnitude of a vector into magnitude of the component of b vector in the direction of a vector. The same can also be written as a cos theta into b. What is a cos theta? It is the magnitude of component of a vector in the direction of b vector. Let us see. Again draw perpendicular. You can see a cos theta. Here it is a cos theta. It is the component of a vector in the direction of b vector. So it will be magnitude of the component of a vector in the direction of b vector and b vector. Now some properties of scalar products. A scalar product is commutative, that is a dot b is equal to b dot a. A dot b is also ab cos theta, b dot a is ba cos theta, both are same, there is no difference. A scalar product is distributive over addition. A dot b plus c, this a gets distributed over the addition of b and c, a dot b plus a dot c. If two vectors are perpendicular, then their dot product is 0. When vectors are perpendicular, angle between them is 90 degree and cos 90 is 0, so their dot product is 0. So if we have to show that the given two vectors are perpendicular to each other, what we have to do? We have to simply find out their dot product. If it comes 0, this clearly explains that the two vectors are perpendicular to each other. If two vectors a and b are parallel, then their dot product has maximum positive value. That is, you can say a dot b, if they have the same direction, then it will be ab cos 0. Cos 0 is 1, so it is ab, and cos 0 1, so this is the maximum value of cos theta. So this has got the maximum positive value of a dot b. So when two vectors are parallel, then their dot product has got maximum positive value. And when they are anti-parallel, angle between them will be 180 degree, it will be minus AB, that is, it has got maximum negative value. Now dot product of two similar vectors is unity and different vectors is 0. This I had explained. So if two vectors are given and we have to find out the angle between them, we can use this formula: cos theta is equal to a dot b by magnitude of a magnitude of b. This using this formula you can easily find out the angle between the two given vectors. Now next is vector product. As the name itself explains, the product of two vector quantities gives you a vector quantity. The resultant quantity is also a vector quantity. It is also known as cross product. So if A and B are the two vectors which are inclined at an angle theta, then their cross product is defined as magnitude of A into magnitude of B, sine of the angle between them multiplied by a unit vector n cap, where n cap is a unit vector. Now what is its direction? It is perpendicular to the plane containing A and B and points in a direction which is given by right-handed screw rule. which says that if you rotate a right-handed screw roll from A to B, from A to B, then it will be clockwise. So if it is clockwise, the right-handed screw, when you will rotate it clockwise, it will go down. So this will be the direction of A cross B. So A cross B is perpendicular to the plane of the screen of the mobile and pointing downward. If we have to find B cross A, then B cross A, so B will be the first vector, A will be the second vector. So when we move from B to A, it will be anti-clockwise. So if you rotate a right-handed screw in anti-clockwise direction, it will come out. So it will perpendicular to plane of the mobile and pointing upward as shown in the figure. So this is your right hand screw rule. So this can also be explained by using right hand thumb rule. Rotate the four fingers from the first vector to the second vector. The direction in which thumb points will be the direction of the cross of those two vectors. For example, if you rotate four fingers from A to B, then it will be in clockwise direction and thumb will point in downward direction. Similarly, if you rotate the four fingers from B to A, it will be anti-clockwise, thumb pointing outward. So that will be the direction of B cross A. Now, if the vectors are given in the form of component and we have to find out their cross product, then what is to be done? Same fashion, take the first term and multiply it with all the three terms of the B. So AX, BX, scalar is multiplied, then vectors I cross I, AX, BY, I cross J, again AX, BZ, I cross K. So multiplication with the first term is over. Now come to second term, AYJ, and multiply it with all the three components of B vector, like AY, BX, J cross I, AY, BY, J cross J, AY, BZ, J cross K. Is now next is AZK, so it will be AZ, BX, K cross I, AZ, BY, K cross J, AZ, BZ, K cross K. Now, if you take the cross product of two similar base vectors, then it will be 0. When vectors are similar, then their angle between them is 0. So sin 0 is 0. So I cross I 0, J cross J 0, K cross K will be 0. And if you rotate a right-handed screw from I to J, I to J, it will be anti-clockwise. So a screw will come up, it will be along Z axis. So I cross J is K. So to find out the cross product of two different base vectors, we can take the help of this idea. So if you move from I to J, it will give you the next vector. So I cross J will be K, J cross K will be I, K cross I will be J. If you move in opposite direction, it will give you the next vector with a negative sign. That is J cross I is minus K, I cross K is minus J, K cross J is minus I. Once again I am saying I cross J, it will give you K. Then J cross K, it will give you I. K cross I, it will give you J. This is how. And if you move in opposite direction, like J cross I, it will give you minus K. K cross j, it will give you minus I. So now if we use these products here, then we finally come here. Similar vectors, their product is 0. Similar trade vectors, I dot I, j dot j, k dot k is 0. Others can be obtained by using, as I have explained. So we will arrive here. So finally what we will do, we will club together the two terms containing I and I, then j and j, I, j and j. So it is here j, next term of j is, see, this is j, I, these two terms are I, these two terms I, these two terms j, and these two terms k. So club together the similar terms containing I in one bracket, terms containing j in the second bracket, terms containing k in the third bracket, you will get this desired result. Now how to keep this in memory, or how to do the cross product of two vectors given in the form of component easily? For that, write the vectors like this: I is a k, then write the components of the two vectors. Now a cross b, so expand it along I, j, k row. So in the first bracket, here it is I. Now strike the column and row in which I lies. So remove this one and this one. What you will get? AY BZ, AY BZ, BY AZ. That is I. Thereafter minus. Now minus, then next bracket, strike the column in which j, column and row in which j lies. So what we will do this time, this will be striked and this will be striked. So what is left is AX Z BX AZ. This is j. Then plus k. So strike the row and column in which k lies. So this will go out, this will go out. What is left is AX BY, AX BY, BX AY, BX AY. So here, if minus will be taken outside, it will become plus. So what we get is AZBX, AZBX first, and AXBZ minus. Now if we compare this one with this one, you will find that both are the same. So in this way, we can find out the vector product of two vectors. Now geometrical interpretation of vector product. If A and B are the two adjacent sides of the parallelogram OPRQ, then see what will be A cross B. A cross B is AB sin theta. Magnitude of A cross B is AB sin theta. Now here drop a perpendicular from Q on the side OP. Now in triangle OQA, QA is nothing but it is B sin theta. So A is the base of this parallelogram. The magnitude of vector A represents the base of this parallelogram, and B sin theta here represents the height of the parallelogram. So base into height will give you the area of the parallelogram. So it will be area of the parallelogram OPQR. OPQR. So magnitude of the vector product of two vector is equal to area of the parallelogram formed by vectors as its adjacent side. With this, the video comes to an end. Thank you for watching.